This year was probably the biggest year that I've recommended Miravis Prime to other PCAs and growers and applicators. I'm a big proponent of it just because it works really well, and I think it's one of the best ones that you can use, and I'm a firm believer in that. I practice what I preach. My experience with Miravis Prime's performance over the last few years working with my local rep, Krista, newer technology came about 2-3 years ago, and I decided to start at my family farm and work with it there, and then I could be comfortable with it to move on to my growers. My family, we do mostly raisin grapes, and this particular year that we started with Miravis Prime, towards the end of the year we had a sour rot, and then it just kind of moved into all over the year. We machine picked and laid them down on a continuous tray. We had a lot less bunch rot. Previous years, we have berry failure towards the end of the year trying to build sugar. And so this helped us get to that end point where we don't have to come back and spend money on labor and pick out rot. Quality was significantly better, and we sent in a better product and didn't have to recondition. And I think that year we had some local fires, and it was making berries and crop degrade very quick. And we were one of the better ones going into the processor. And that definitely helps a lot with powdery mildew and kind of getting your year kicked off where you stay clean earlier on, and if you have good spray intervals after that, you stay very clean throughout the year. So it makes life easier from the very beginning. Miravis Prime is one of the only ones that I'm very comfortable in saying that we have 3-week control. So in certain predicaments, if we use it towards the end of the year, that is our final spray. And sometimes for certain growers that have problems, that could possibly be their last spray of the year. So you almost eliminate a full spray by spending, a little bit more money on a top tier product and having confidence in finishing out with the year and not having that degrading crop or, powdery mildew or mold flare up towards the end. Used all kinds of products, probably almost every one of them out there. And that goes on my family farm as well as management stuff and stuff that I advise as well. And so I've worked with them pretty much all, and Miravis Prime is definitely top tier. I try to put it in every acre that I got. It'd be wine grapes, raisin grapes, or processing grapes, packing grapes, and just extremely happy with the results.